everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to make homemade dill pickles. Here are the ingredients we're using: pickling vinegar, canning salt, pickling spice, mustard seed, cucumbers, garlic, and dill from the garden. This recipe calls for about 4 pounds of cucumbers, and the first step is to create the brine. So you'll be mixing together 4 cups of water, 3 cups of vinegar, 1/8 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup pickling salt, and 1/2 tablespoon of pickling spice, and put that on in a pot and get that ready to boil on the stove. I'm going to be showing you how to make a couple different kinds of pickles today. So the first one is for spears. So here you see me just slicing off the 2 ends and then measuring it up against the jar to make sure that they will fit. And then I typically like to cut mine into halves and then cut each half in half again, and then one final time. So making 8 spears per pickle. To add a bit more flavor for these pickles, what I'll be doing is adding 1 clove of garlic into the bottom of each jar before I pack them with the cucumbers. So here I'm just adding that 1 clove of garlic. I'm also going to add about a teaspoon of mustard seeds into the bottom of each jar. And of course, you can't have dill pickles without dill, so I'm adding a sprig of dill from my garden, just tucking that right in. Next step is to pack in your cucumbers, and you're going to want to pack these nice and tight. That way you can get them in the jar and get the pickling solution in there nicely. The pickles won't shrivel in the inside if they're packed nice and tightly. I needed a few more spears for this jar, so cutting up a few more, and you'll see I'm really packing them tightly. I'm also going to show you I make chips out of these, sort of for hamburgers or even just for snacking. My girls like pickles, so it doesn't really matter what shape to them. So here I'm just cutting them into chips as well, again packing them in nice and tightly. Cutting a few more up, making sure I'm filling it very full. Lastly, I'm going to do some whole pickles. So I picked a few that were smaller that I could stick inside one of these jars. And it really was a little tricky to get them all in there, but you want them to be tight and just eliminate as much air as possible. So I kind of had to recalibrate them, but get them in there as tight as you can. And then here's my brine that's on the stove that's boiling. And so I'll be ready now to put that into each of the jars. So you're going to fill each of the jars very full. It's going to be only a 1/4 inch head space once you're done filling with the brine. Then you'll put on your jar lids and place them into the canner. This is my water is nice and hot because that pickling solution was hot as well. So put them in, make sure there's 1 inch to 2 inches above the top of the jars, and then we'll wait for 30 minutes. And save your leftover brine. You can use that when you get the next set of pickles. So after 30 minutes here, I'm pulling them out using my jar grabber. And you'll want to let them sit on your counter for a full 24 hours to fully cool before you remove the rings. But then after about 2 weeks, then you can open and enjoy. And the whole pickles take a little bit longer to taste pickly than the sliced or the spears. Thanks again for watching, and subscribe if you like this video and like to see more.